Yo, assalamu alaikum badingolo, assalamu alaikum watolu UDP nkolo. Juma Mubarak. Nsalbe tentu, nsalbe jai kalbi simla na programu fananto. Memon na political discussion shorty kabanang UDP TV&MEDIA. Bemo be tentu la, bemo be jai la. Bafala liko albisimla na political discussion to. Ko alialo nyameng programu muka amendi no bake nyankamala ko kendaya jati kendaya la karana. Baring kananang womun kamfar lolati pour kananang ka funtinang nin napati dimol yekaja sako nintu mo me yalon ko diamu wato asita wala sabun ka funtinang nin wo wato sita pour ngana nali yekaja ben napati wala alfa ben keta alaji useno no mukunda daboti yentem bonna be Sweden banko kamba tentula mba jayila aning ala deputy ben keta aja yam sekati aning na chairman landimbisane aning member silokan be chairman Yankuba Dabo fanang kontrol na dokula don't steal, don't lie. Be na patiola diaspora ka fofana bebe kontrol na bebe tentula bebe jahila. Be na chapter solo mbal be tentula mbal jahila. Be duala chapter solo program solo mini alon ko ibe laring alblolu kono fo ala se ike feralti mini alon ko ibe bitala din kairo kono andum se manda be mo fana sodi as a political party UDP party union toyala. Na party di ngolo menu matolti sako jibe lalo aning na grassroots politics aning politician olu na grassroots members samolu beten ton salbe jay na programo biya be diala baki UDP nkolu Albert Daud running kon kafo nyamen drum ka alatento sekal kafo ko alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin bi fanamu anyong jumalum dolati jumalongo meya lonko alay kayraba ay wala jindi UDP party wonyin kono amanke kuti meya lonko anyanna kamo sambatulato nga fali dalilo wala kam politiko momenti wala mu ka kata ka miro soto la banko e pro nyin kamala ko mon ko banko se bondin no aseke fali mu meya lonko abe nafa soto la mo la balwol kon sako molu meya lonko wala mu namu jolalti UDP tata convention wala kan na flag biara ka select wo flag biara selection o kono mo jamalu nate toludi woto dialu kono inata na ikumande nyinin karo ni jabirolla wol nyinin karo ni jabirolu wolel tambita inin selection committee tema na selection committee a sets of questions me yalon ko nyinin karo ni jabir nyinin kar bunda membe bulo ko ne ke mon nyinin ka menna anin wuwo botage kudo men biye wala mutu guto di grassroots katawo grassroots to be able to engage with the grassroots and in the regional committees nyin kamala ko monko wal fanan na stand momenti be candidate jumala talaka back berim wo botage Gambia UDP party okono keme wo keme tan kononto anim fen wolle lote ko alaji usenu no ko dabo ilafta pour wole ken na flag biarati ka UDP party nyin toyala ka jeko ka president ya nyin UDP party nyin toyala woto womanke decision dinti womanke kurinti wala sabun kal yeko alinga alatentu baake woto nija lota ka wo palaso nyine ima wo palaso soto e fundita party nyin kono men jaratan toluma ndolu party dingolo UDP dingolo alinga foye ko ala baraka ali wato menken kono na party yin kono bari ali dalilo mem fo ko wali al fundindi party yin kono wo manke dalilati me ya lonka be kere UDP hansain staman nyambulol men bege the democratic values of the party the principles of the party na visional momenti wo belorin ne femam wobala na party yola democratic values wobelori ne femma wobala palaso ni ba nyinina especially même political palaso ti kudol bege wolke mako le pour ya soto but woma min ko party yoning ite fongo be men kono for over 20 something years Ning crucify bigye kwete aje ko monko democratic shortage wala biye. You make no effort. Puruka what democratic shortage or puruka will fill up. Imuka mabe political campaign. Imuka mabe any executive meeting. Hani na village committee imantaraje. Hani mola youth committee imantara fion kono. Woto ning tebe wonya mapati yokono ina da palaso nyene alamang in hatge no palaso la. Imang nyan naka kuma fo meya lonko abekele fon e doya tati. Ndolde melu be nata jointa UDP wallanto nibe do kola bi ya decide komonko they are not aligning themselves with the party. Mbafale komonko thank you thanks for being with us. Allah baraka for joining the UDP. Bari wata sabun na alla funto na la dungo wata sabun na UDP la majority ya decision o make what decision o way compromise by any factor. UDP ya decision o make the majority of the UDP voters nyillen kumaya tantol nyakoto moja mabe yebe dahala nanteng these people nyunu muka karte fam fay jama be ni resignation safa jama muka karte fam fay comme ngo bi ali resignation sifa do lije you don't even know where people are coming from but yalong na Gambia politico bi nyame nyin sifa fana normal tan na Gambia politico kono le ning aliya kalamta molu muka lo meye nafa molu katara bata kam funding karte fay wato sida wato menna e ka decision o me ya lonko e ke la sangi lulu na la menkana e ka betinya. I will tell you one thing here. 2025 election or 2026 election o me ya lonka kana nemmanke ko jama be man la bake jama be malula malunya sangara ning imam malunya sangara bebina kalamonati mbele binala benga nimisa. There's going to be no winner. There's going to be no loser in 2026 election. Motije me yalon ko be ganyela. Ning ayatara Adama Barrow man sakunda amam fali. Adama Barrow man sakunda ni wo man fali in 2026. Moti tadla Gambia dimul kono men yalon ko ite be kontane lawol. Nga lonko desa. Molu bege me sako meni yalon ko mebul bani marabo di nyoto melu kaje ko monko hanni UDP lebe tinyala wallanto Adama Barrow itije bare danko UDP kanata yalo momo ka womi rasifa soto wol mebul bani mara imabundi nyoto nyelle mu turampam fodeti jalo ka memfo fodere mu doye na womini woma ka wandi ke nyalo fo modo ka kango minin na wola woman kulon ka wando kono wala be siari na Gambia bi wala sabu ding ijama bige isita platform olto ya camera tiling ifamul kanna ya internet osoto iba kuma kunta wol fala there is no single policy se mem fono Gambia kamolu tumi fo wato me yalon ko ni tol kono fara wato me na higi platform mo ka geta gine sabu miro be wol kono wasifal be siari Gambia kaje ko hannin ayata non ko Adam Barrow betambila bar UDP kana tambi to nimmo moy wommi do soto 2026 item mari you are a lost soul. Gambia continuing under Adam Barrow leadership beyond 2026 is going to be a catastrophe na banko na progressia binga safer jamal leje kukuntan jamal nga wala moy nyeje mbeje kan saferol to bari lafta kam même fo UDP di mol ye alla patio me ya lonko abale bulo kono alamuta albultan adim fulola kakanu bi katambi samala ndade I make the vow ko bile mo nga UDP kanu katambi samala yalo no mune asabo patio be loring daji ko menkan wodaji ko femman falin patio be loring principles menkan wo principles fentige me yalo ka falinta tanyaram bulolo mene be patio nyim bulo kono ba patio nyi sabaka menna fonka improve meno menke je bari muka kudundi je menka patio nyina tanya tandir nyam bulo nyi menkala asamba nanka nasinde. So literally UDP is making an improvement in the way kam patio nyi kasamba nyame every single year. But if you are not even taking part in those processes. You have no moral authority to complain. Wallah. Ben grassroots politician all be control na bake because ñu longol ko no jebe durin bake nema kunku jan keta ya tabo ko to latrikunda words mbal be central la bake mbal jaila. We've seen Allah crusade membe ke kan grassroots engagements albe menuna all badibu yalon kiyam wotote mala but all badibu be wolfanan central la bake be jaila na 4 years mbe tentu la bake mbe jaila. Of course na Kombo Central and Kombo North and Kombo South mbe nyunu be tentu la bake mbe jaila. URR and CRR UDP nse albe tentu nse albe jayi abaraka bake ngoto mbe memfolali wolo munyenti ko nyen kuo membe be ngunu kan amanke UDP ye ko matati amu UDP ye tamanya nyaato tadam maleti kuo men bebe ke kanteng bi nyabe kuo men bela alsi akana mo ki jofara nyimmu UDP ye nyaato tadam maleti bawo nyajibe nite to sonna no party or democratic values la danite mari you should not talk about democracy because you are not a democrat. Ning party o molta takata democracy silo nyin kawo tamandi kawo exercise democracy ye manfo imari nya nakasom wala ni te sonna wala woto kudo le bekono and then manke democratic so kana claim ko monko you are a democrat ngayela ko monko some of the media houses wala media ko they are doing a damage to the UDP nyamanke UDP damage and membiye ni resignation on mini alon kay baby nya kanten ko nga fali nyame mbe koronto ne pour ñu na juna yeta ibaje la control se concentrate ntolu ñu be manke moye tere makuti abelo ko wolili put alaji sidia fofana membe sidi moroko menga alaji usenu neng abanen kan jumale to yala kabere wati ni woli yalla resignation so fa pati ko mona wala sabu ngali ko alinga lofulo sali alinga lofulo sali Dol be ngalo ne wol man tara UDP party okono mo mel lota be alaji usenu nanna sanjinani mo man soto memba tek la na mangi dol menu yalon ko UDP di ngol menti menu yalon ko lada alaji usenu na tanyaram bulola mo man soto memba tek la wala sabu ninga Ibrahima Dibala audiol moy aka complain ko ning ayatra nun ko ibate nen kanne ne diro mota fula moy mo nen amam betia ko falle programme wol kono janne alenga na politiko ke moni mo kana nyone kana nyosa but Ibrahima ite aje dindi mbano ite fonka alaji usenu men ko mandi ko be lola en kidike so ye bonga mo be wonen kan sangi jelo alaji sidia fofana because abanen kan meye albeba wo blaki no nyinato wala asabu bi kabre ngela audio la moy ko be complain kam ko ye bondi old body political forums enyana ke bondi gelo of course Ibrahima because ilatero wo forumo nyin kono amu UDP party yo ko mataleti amanga nyato tati jumale be kullo ka tara wo forumo nyin kono ko yede forumo men kono be ngalon ne ko ila lod labe damento andi mama bon andi wo mo la democratic right la but saying imanya naka kam fa wala ning yatar nun ko ye bondi forumo kono ke samba wo manke kuti me yalon ka jaw yata ni mol mantara kutile definitely woman you put me along I see nothing wrong with that. Nila audio la moile ngala moile very very well. Konka fanyame what. Ndolu hadamadi ngolo. Hadamadi ngo mang consistent lina ta kudandanka. Wole mu interesting. Nim mola interest ning afalinta. Ala tanyaran buloning akafalinne. And wofana mama ke mo kurunti bari akakuja malai tandi ila simfanyato ikata men na sama nila interest valenta akameitandi wala mo ibe nyati kan simfanya men na akawoloita itandi so literally ninto lafta ka adama baro bondi mansakunda a jaratan to lien ne bang pro nga fontin ka foko no ka fo me yalonko there is no single coalition membe kala no Gambia membe any incumbent wulindi la wo banko kan coalition no me yalonko UDP that prove me wrong What coalition? What a Gambia Bankoka? There is no single coalition. Mensi succeed in the Gambia in the absence of UDP. Ask yourself why. And they are on a political force, political power, member UDP block on. But you, the same people, you want UDP to be disintegrated so that also individual political ambition so no nyaming by using UDP as your stepping stone. Well, as we must thank the Almighty at all times for making sure that people who came to UDP purposely to be able to build their political powers and their political bases are being exposed on continual basis to the point that they are leaving the party one by one on a gradual basis. As I said, there is going to be no winner in 2026 election if Adama Barrow should remain as the president of the Gambia. Mba batunna alinga save aliala ni modol besoto la meni alonko ni Adama Barrow ni wole tata a winter albe molje la men ba congratulate la nyin kamala ko ka jeko tolbe modol lel kam fandi kam katum wol man gagné muna ning sondo mol dem famul bala. If this is how low na miro kam futandi damen no to, then told we are doomed. And you're going to hear this from youthful population, because most of our youth are brainwashed. They don't even know what they're doing. That's why they cannot think by themselves. They will follow what they have been fed with. So wala sabu na society koleatale. Koleata bakale. Bari na 2026 Safali ko UDP is intact. Na patio ba famo buloko no le patio man kuma ken na patio. Alin ala tentu bebe larin ate ala nyinna na dino lu kono nyame alin tentu. Bawo patio mol be funtila mol be dunna. Nyina mu politikoti. Namena lokum fula ko mantalo mo mol soto mentata fo mo keme fula nyong menu nata patio nyin kono. Moke maflo nyim moke maflo bebe sire Gambia banko la kam e beke la carte wol fay Gambia banko le kam moke maflo moli be dunnale moli be fontila so nyim manke kukutati hani me manke unity ibe fontilale ibe dunnana ibe fontilale ibe dunnana wol manke kuti meya lon ka se kudundi mo sondo mo kono aka meitandi wala mko politiko nyabe tenne sakoni time o meya lon ko dunta political season o kono ko saying the political la wato lo kono moli be dunnale ibe fontina hada madi ngube wala nyama ala interest o be damento a jama beje sakoni amanke hakilima bati membe sama jela sama ka jeko aletite nyaawo nyarandi nyama ningam batuno do manding bo sama wobina mewulu la wolomo ndeddingol fangol la sama be dedala ngino kono nda fam na sama be nyina kono ani banko fanam be la sama be nyina kono hakilima la kanyi ngeno bar ninga mangi hakilimati yemme itandala e buluba kono abe nyapila wala kan anamara mala ay nyina sama la. Ask yourself why. Molu katarabata kan Gambia we are complaining for 4 years 11 months. The 12th month moluka keme wili keme flota moluka wili kilimota walanto wili lulo yela karte kisota ika wafin ika di fankola katon di la politician or la purike la karte wata ka wafin ali fo nyen ka wala. So the level of political maturity banko nyen ka wodo ya tabakele aya sabun loyalty to politicians mostly akadipen nyine kam ko yefengo bondi ya dira ye pati kuta wo pati kuta je bebe lola Gambia banko kam ite lola nyin kam ko monko people ye pati yo nyina principles ye wala kanu wallanto mol men be pati lo ka ye wala kanu de hani jumale ka fenjama di molla pati kutol be lola wala kam wala sab none of those parties none of those settings will be laban na Gambia banko kam. Write this thing to the bank ali alande. But well structured institutions many bako monko UDP benyamen will continue to grow more and more. More binala patiol nin konole ibinal. 2021 nyesifa le keta ali transfer sifa belaje. Ali transfer sifa belaje. Yanne ba fatala 2021 falman transfer sifa bije. we had people jumale la tabe molu dimin na UDP kono wala be niol kuya la UDP kono mentam bita alaji kontela dabanani jumale la tabe mo niyo kuya la Gambia politician o kafunti UDP kono membe tambela alaji kontela dabanani binding alfa do be kacakan akoy nyako hani dabanani teng akoy nyako waju waralo ngay tonya ndolma wala wato kalam tije bari dabanani no wala wato kalam tije alaji and then wo keta dalilo la kan we pati na fa financially dimbal ba koma abe pati na fa kan nyala nyame ya lonko mota dantela no ka je ko monko pour ya banno dantela par kabira fundinde je lu men ala lodu labe palaso mento pati nyin kono bolon na mun je sukinta a sukinta fo a fata fo la bango melu nyen naka je sukin mol ka nyu saba je mol ka nyu saba la ko be je sukin na nyame. So UDP betamne. We are a true loyalties to our party. We have that true loyalty to our party. We do not have to look around. Manta dula jibelo koteke. And we are not going to compromise that to anybody. Kafoko, we compromise on our leadership. Our leadership is the most prolific leadership Gambia Bangkok in our political setups. So if we are to choose a leader, if we are to come together and choose a leadership, definitely for Gambia to succeed, UDP can never be left behind. A coalition without UDP, consider Adama Barrow in the State House. Any form of political collaboration without UDP, consider Adama Barrow or whoever is going to stand for Adama Barrow in the State House. But Manda Futala Wobeto. UDP will be able to do it come 2026. Mbakela, Abeseneala, it's going to be an unbelievable scenario for every single one media lonko ye UDP la sembo ya doubt. Though we have a base me ya lonko astrontale amuka mamang. Go to the up areas. Ibalo na komongo UDP a base sort of. Yaya Jammeh did everything in dictatorship. Couldn't shake. UDP la was base nye. Ama shake no. Alalfong nyenenka B. Munebe was shake la no. Munebe watermala no. I want to say one thing also. Haklo idamentoma. Wala mwenyenti ko alengenkewu. Fenjama balal ka funte. Aliaji le audio funtita. Audio me ya lonko ikafoko kiang campaign manager lamu abeti amukan kafuko molu binala ay meluto fo wala muko karafa wol binala aning Ibrahima Diba wolu ko Ibrahima ka binala puruyena ini ye bang something like that that so ye men fo je wala muko kiang campaign manager lamu bari afele wala sabo kiskisiro keta ko wala natana information kende kendo soto NPP ko me ya lonko abesiring atondile NBR North Bank region. I think one of the villages is it one of the fuller residences in North Bank region. Wale wo audio yim fontindi atemu NPP jongolati ani UDP ngol ya sifa beleke North Bank region je. So wale ya fongota aya fongoje ko monka atemu UDP ngolati they are giving ways to Caravas and the others. Woku wonare na kisi falo nda hanala natalo afelen aso. Bari ayatara janni kisi do nyinkake bola sabu ninga kumodol moy alinga sabadu mandinke ba nambatu 4 to nyanyin ay sabata kon ayel politiko kufla le beje ikamen be moy tulola ani ikamen be la moy be tenten ikamen moy tulola tenten ikamen karan attending ifangoni hakilo la bang ya jibe ye batung jannika any how to call it rush decision ota wala jannika judgment ota ka conclusion ka kola wala be kedi second la Gambian political 99% of these people come in the social media and especially on their individual platforms. We know most of them they don't discuss any policies because they don't have that zeal, they don't even have that know-how because most of them cannot read proficiently. So they cannot understand any document me alongo will carry policy. So jamaka men kitani tari la platforms bolo mo nyenti kari ko nganyine moy ya ke ko mongo ni ya soto la sources. This is what is happening in the Gambian politics. Wala asabong aling na mind tabang ng hakilo dokundi melala kuol menula aning janen kadia mo kuol fanan ngalodo manding ke bang nga kuol jibe nga kisikisi ro ko kuol la janen bafo. But we thank God. And wala sabong in UDP lafita mo ba fundo lang kono se funding yeta sign. Nya concentrate, we sell our agenda to the Gambian people. We have a whole lot of things in the stock. Discourse with the Gambian people. We have our 5-point agenda that we will have to break down into pieces. Gambia dimole. We have a whole lot of things many alaway nyanna kawala for Gambia dimole nyanna kawala mai. Abela kukunungo membe here in Gambia. Nyimfo mo kachatale. Adama baro ye Gambia dimole promise. Kabe doku create la me alonko 290,000 jobs ababol create la Gambia. Now winter say 290,000 jobs. The minister deputy mo nyon kono yani nka 290,000 jobs la. Amam fem fono je. But already Yanem BBC la Adama Barrow basi so timpaka wala 290,000 jobs because to Adama Barrow provision kadi wo from madam mamu success led. We would have crucified Adama Barrow. Ni ayatra nunko we are genuine. But look at what is happening. Everybody is talking about UDP. Alaji usianu barakatale. Wala sabong ekafo mello 29 years ago akafo nyem barakata abe barakaring andung abe barakalar sam. But we make one thing clear. Political party obe kala fi mollel la bawo politiko e ka balu wani mollel la political party o ka balu mollel la ina mon to nyati e nyum fo mo moy bari politiko fana mole bedun nale yefonti mode wo bayndi la no mo dol katara party o kono wol katara lori ngele katara jibe rola ini yedula doje damento yalon ke be fenso do lawol to katawa kada boko no mem manke banko la koti bari konkilin kolo wolu katale mote wol mutalano wolu hani ye malay ko samana menga mol la party political party wol kan wi ite wol mutal wol bitalale bari mol fanan katara gele men ya lonko wol ka fonting wala miroto dalilo la mo amanke nyindi ko fon wala ka wol fanan fonting de wol fanan biyele wala sabu wol ka fonting nyame nyin category flow mol fanan ka banan blado to wala nyama ka dunna nyim party do nyin kono sakonin a party yo nyiye ideology shoto ay lonka mo soto ay manya me ya lonka be banko kan asa bondi no ay wo manya ta ka dante katre failali song ima kase failali lanno soto political party nyima puri na join political party nyika. That is what UDP is. Wala sabun people will be coming to UDP all the times puru kanana ka joining kam na jeko na Gambia ta na dundi bulo kono bulo me ya lonko bulo kankare wala Alaji Usienu numu konta dabo. We will never compromise Alaji Usienu for anyone for no reason. 2026 Puruka Alaji Usienu Samba State House. Gambia dimul wolel ba decide la, and we will talk to those Gambians. We have the numbers na mo nanga mo sotole mense Alaji Usienu Samba State House. Bawo Gambia dimul yalo ne membe keri sign banko kan. Gambia dimul yalo ne membe keri banko nyinka sign de. So 2026 fenta sabon na puru UDP Alaji Usienu أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ألما عليهم تنكو ولا كو فون ميرا. ألما عليهم تنكو ولا كو ميرا. Alaji Usienu belola. Abelola kake UDP la flag bearati fujanni wato me yalon ko bekato nyim fayla ekata ka Samba State House. Ni aja manke no belala alala ko alale make barimba fasala in every possible way that we can support him. That becomes a reality come 2026. Alingan na molo kumandi, kumfa membela, wo kumfa nying wait and ten. Let's speak to na grassroots. Kumfa membe na grassroots. Sutero ke banko la kolayala. Our collective interest. Wait and then. Dolphina Menialon Kambejang, we have been supporting and we will support Alaji Ushenu. And this time around, we are not only going to support Alaji Ushenu financially, we are going to support Alaji Ushenu by vote. We will go and register and we will go and vote in the Gambia. So it is a kind of neutralizing equation. We are going to neutralize the number of people. We would have loved pulling la cartel news. But ni wada kenola. For itolka demand ola kamanang. Demand me ya lonko. Hani nyama to. Ita fly as a common many ya lonko. Walla what decision ola mu Gambia banko la kairot. Hey, we are not making a decision for an individual. We are making decision for the entire Gambia. We want the Gambia to be hand over to a better person than Adam Barrow. Lafta Gambia banko pour ay dum bulo kono bulo me ya lonko wala fisa yata molu betiki no sotala woto katambi Adam Barrow la masakunda kata nyameng. Come out and prove us wrong. Ni tambi da Alaji Ushenu la woto Gambia ibita la muntu la to me ya lonko membe beti ala katambi Alaji Ushenu la. So hypocrisy da malo. Look, 99% of molu men ya lonko bebe ni wuro la nante ni no te kateri la UDP la. You know, take a la UDP, and these are the people many along. Imagine, Cabrin Tolu, me Kase Fayola 3 years ago. More many lota, more many along ilota. Na UDP candidate told ke kumandi told Bela ke Balwood ke Falwood to the point that Adam Barrow found Besir and Damen Nuto. Ika kumaka nufoje many along kwese sikelo within the Gambia Banko Kang. Ika kumaka nufoje Jumalele na candidate or UDP candidates. We stood firm. Defended because we believed in the idea of UDP. We defended our candidates because we know that our candidates were wrong. They were treated differently. They were doing that. They were saying that Adam Barrow be ni wolko wolle intola molu kanu karambi dolfola. When it is here by jelabang. So Hadamadi won't come and file more interest leben, ni interest for linter. Mola tanya bedamanda, you can see it. Well, at this point, Gafali, you're more moje. You don't make your stand very clear. Don't be fooled by that person. Alkana alatiri alatinya. But momo ya lonko ala lodula mang senea hani sain baby tembo mento. Ala korasi rek alia day alia bulaita. Ni momo left the kata. Is it a lonely problem tige? Basu bastige. Ntol bijan nembe UDP la, and we will make sure that nympati yo nying ita anu nympati yo nyimbidal mo kendol membe nympati yo nying kono wolta ku fodo mo fasala ni ayafra nunko idea ni mangen tonyati nying ka foko no wolta tula nympati nying kono alaji babalon se nyata wol ak yam seka wol aji sukay na ka wol alaji usena nunko ndanda ba fon and the victims all many aloke be fata pati yo nying kono, they all died in their various attempts to fight for the betterment of UDP. So hanning ayadra nunko kunu iketa woli yolati UDP patio nyinkono. B ni yokuke me ya lonko tinyar kumolamu ni be barakam baro me ya lonko tinyarol silo lemu kapatio nyintaka tinya mol ba folale ni mol ya fo manke nyindiko ike doyale waleke nemme barila B kamenke iba wala fokan kunu yama mfke mol ba wo recognize la. But what has sabun no bibe diga kuru menke ka mol ma wo fo mol be wota fanam folale while bela kunu bara kendol nye bara recognize kam but ite la B kuru ya nyintala ka fo bela kunu kende ya nyintala ka ma bara wo mangi hada madiyar wo muka keno wala muka ta they are on light terms wala titala no anu binga yine ani ko be diam la moy rek ko kunu ndika menke UDP bi fana yake alhamdulillah kunu ye menke bi wala sabun tol bi we are trying pour ka jeko kabo barasi fa nyin ka ke patio e bang ka do ko kai bawo patio la idea mum fali jika kendo membe lorin patio kan sarado la koto wo mam falin andu mata falinna alfa kendo membe mbulo ko be ya lonko Gambia be sonta la kende ya la pruka ganyende Gambia be sonta la kende ya la kabe patio ni sambala no han say wo be yele wala asabu UDP dingol ke mo wokeme mo tan ko non dalim fembe ko ñeneen nakatambi aita. So ni mol ko way tambi ite ko hani ite man lafu wala ite lafta yete leta ni wontan kay be wala pati woni konole bismillah silo muta bayeta nga duwe yedu wanye ninte duwala no nyoye nga janjang kayro kono simple as that. So if anybody is sitting with this self-denial, without UDP there can be a new government in the Gambia, you are joking. You don't know what you're talking about. You are living in an absolute denial, or you don't have an idea about political kata nyame. Niti amira kum mansakunda se sodno Gambia banko kambi UDP damantara mansakunda mento itebe fanni ni lela mansa ma fode bari bi mbe political men kono na ko be nyame UDP that coalition otita, but we are ready to form coalition wala sabu ni alaji ushen na dia mola moy pamodu boja na radio to wala fo UDP is open up for coalition members. Many along ila ideas are aligned, but we are not just going to make a coalition me along katina faso la Gambia banko UDP la kuoku Gambia banko. First we look at the interests of the Gambia first. Wala sabung amanjare pour ye UDP pationi ya bulaje do ko ke Adam Barrow ana ya tan ngo Gambia be betar la batare, but naketa they parted ways with Adam Barrow. So albalo nako alfa kendo le be jameni yalo ko mirol be betare wala miro hana la curriculum ma ba ci social media be kunde ya ko mol safale be kunde ya ko mol fa miro curriculum e maso banko kano ni wala ñene banko kanu ñame hani wo curriculum al maso bari al sesi aliala internet o mala bawo alif internet o sato alesi aliyata wo alfa ni kaja fikam kula meya lonko imakalam ta fango ka kangol lela albe alfon la samati nyal makalam ka ko modol je wal ka kumal fo sama ni yo ko mo nyen sambanan idimo be kam fanale idimo te kontani la wala because munaketa idimo mu menti ba wala doya kan muna ndum wakata nyaade atul fon le sita alias keso nyinta alia fi alfon la ko dalu kan ana madi moy katamani hadi lolla molla kumo sa fonyoto kafo wato womuka sabon ikamurolo ifongo ne katare ifongo fakan yajale wokafoni wati bina kafote tarlaje sa fonyoto wati bina sa fonyoto be bolagele asakeno be kala samalati wallahi ke nini yoti mune betulaje sign idam male betulaje wala sam yeko ku ke bi sama abe no kan what goes around comes around but nyina mun to nyati ntolu we are very conscious of all these things wala sam kafali ko mokana song ikamone mokana song iko kufon for me lonko sama you wouldn't be proud of that particular word ni ya tandira ko etele nyum fo wala etele nyensafe mokana do wasifa ko alfaka fanyame what. So we are very conscious ntolu ngalon nen kamenke ntolu ngalon ne ko Gambia bango sula ta nyato ngasifa nyadi UDP mallo kafoko 2026 katre fayo UDP lota kalo madam alkan komon ko amallo kafoko 2021 katre fayo nama win abete elale UDP lota le purunga patio nyinta alawo kende ya nyindika kendolu we passed it to our next generation. And that revolution shall continue, whether we are in the government or not, that shall continue. So, later was hearing, you think that without 2026, you are not going to be in existence. Karena miracle dunia, longkili mandang tenen. So, nyumpat yo nyimbeten tenle. Bawa malo nying kamako kafoko 2026 lamo 2031 lamo UDP party lotale proka structure londi ka movement londi with an idea proka jeko ase Gambia banko la problemo Gambia banko nyanna kata mandi nyamen pour ay mara wala pour ay mara Gambia banko la banko tamandi nya ay mara wala wo mara nyanyi womuka expire fujane lumena dinyabe banna wala asabo hamomu nyinalti ko patio ning anata nawojika kendo lumba katala ka wo pass from one generation to the other nyinka mala ko hanin toltije mbe dinniwol menu tulaje they can learn those positive values, those good morals. Patio na good missions and visions that can be instilled in this next coming or this coming generation. Ibajala ko itol fanan na tamandir lambulolu nyense keye sede yandi kaito di pro kaje ko kasilo etendile betamala nyame. The 5-point agenda that UDP amend draft will handle the next 50 years. Iba adjust la demanding kele. Ka adjustment o lekije ko jamano betar la nyame in the next 50 years. But even that 5-point agenda is enough for Gambia Banko Kasamba. And, you know, we are very proud of that 5-point agenda. Kat Gambia la sulaf kuolkon. Fentije meya lonko atemen address lano. There is nothing atemen address lano. Political party kono. Amanke ko niko political party o bedeata. Ko kuo bejele meya lonko kuol bebe nyama o political party o kono. Honey, what is sort of lano? There's nothing like that. But nen kube party o kono wala kube society kono ite fon be society ni men kono. Ika kata kuwala ke puru moli yela baroje ye kada ke kawo falen ka a replace kende mala mem mantara jete be sulari men. But ite be den nen ko jutalon. Ite ida bondi party wala kuul be kono. Nimme ite lon ko ite mo party di woleti. Wode ko flag biara selection wala sida. Ite ko fundi da party o kono. Baraka. Sabakata. Ite nasirola ngatan nasirola. Bidiala nyelum bakenu ni tuta party o nyingon. Akene nyaw nyada ni nyam. Njikita ko tumando karte fe o ketara jile ka karte ke so di party o. Wodo wala sabu abediala nyelum bakele no ni tuta ge pru ngakarte ke so nyen so ibulo nyingon. Bar ni imawo fanan keno. 4 yi jarate puru yeta imalla fikatu party o nyen kono fana. Woton safo ko alhamdulillah baraka yawato menken kono ntoli bijanne bile fomu ganna fanete mun ko lusang bile fomu nganna loyalty to this party to the ideologies to the principles of the party kawo embrace bile fomu ngawo belto nyen sidi ko ke katambi kuno. That is a signal nyene be Gambia wala sa hani na dinno benyalo do be sanji lu sanji woro ideology ni fati school kono already. Ideology in fact ko kono already. So wala sa UDP mo ka fiala rek ke dem alon. Bari ngal tentu bage ngal jay la fakka ni joy ngoto fo rek jay sania na UDP kolma. Pro nyin kamala mokana mina ko kule be kere me alon ko nye fonko lon kulo me alon ko nyon tawala hani wo man tara kere. Alhamdulillah ku balle be kere. Bawo ni mola taro patio kono ni mo benna patio tinyala abe jarala nyina ka ke patio tinyaroti ani woliye mo patio kono tak woliyeta wallahi woliyeta so be kumando kala Sweden fana ajibe what is happening in Sweden alongo patio alphabet Sweden whatever is happening in Sweden so that we can know sa ajibe membe ke Sweden be kumandiro kala jere to be able to know membe ke Sweden Ibrahim Sani abaraka min job Moses Sisi abaraka ko nan party we have decided and it is davo inshallah ala baraka wake Dudu Sisi Dudu ko stop dreaming and see the reality okay problem de Dudu ite la mirota to ngana mirota bastige nata mem kumata rek alma be nga Gambia ken do so ko di wandi fa maro baraka wake marabi jamme baraka wake thank you marabi thank you Thank you. Fofana Maro, Abarka Bake, Amadou, Ala Barka Bake, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Amad, Wolam Tonyat, political party to win on Banko, UDP, Daman Rakolas, no Manko. Okay, Honey Mofom, in Gawala, Honey Moment in Gawala, Wokai, Honey Moment in Gawala. They all know that. Mohammed Kamara, Barka Bake. Thank you, Bausen. Sister Yara, Barka Bake. I only let it round to lie, Sister Barka Bake. Go to Kafo, Barka Bake. Thank you, Alabara. Yere Fadera, Labarka Bake. Keva Jawla. Thank you, UDP is stronger, more than before. Thank you, Tonya. Lamin, Alabarka Bake. So, folks, Nilemu, Mbatra, Dolphina Bonkol Kenya. I think the person wants to contribute in the program. Let me call the person first. But I'm going to mute for long and call Yenta. So that in Okay, so the person is not picking, then I will have to that. Yes, yes. So Mariolu, nyene kuwati me yalon ko abekere. Bi mu fana mu super Friday lati. Benum nying expect kan ko abina junale. Bari bila mu inata. So ibina kan ne domanding. Hani next week walanto nyilungol kono. Nenga bekela ayke drum. Janning kafuta 2026. Emene be funti la wali funti. Be janne manta dulato kiango. Ya mbade baraka. Itla nying to nyinya bata na. Ibrahim Sane baraka wake. Kafusanya. Yes. Yeah. So wala mu ko nyenti nim tabe kala ayke mo kana react negatively on mola funto kono patiyo nyin kono ala nga tandi la ko ala baraka ali wato men ken na patiyo nyin kono ali wato men ken patiyo nyin kono ala baraka ala wasilo diala abanta ala ma hasilo adiala abanta mbayim fula jam way sene abaki nen wommi robe momo bulo kono Gambia isawolo wala mo nyenti ko UDP will not compromise na executive decisions na decisions many ya lonko patiyo dingol yowo decision o leta what decision o hanne sangole jita nan kana duma what decision o UDP will never play with that decision. Don't we are democratic wala sabu moli men decide wala betama la patiyo nyin kono not once nde kunkilin ko lafta men na wala do kunkilin naka lafta men yamere ninko kunkilin na lafta men na wala nyan nakata jumala be jila jumay ina sabu hani alquranolu bible ijita nan bawon te lafla kanji nyoe de ba fala rentale mutonyati wala ntale nyan nakalo nyimba fala la tale mutonyati wala nto atale nyan nakalo bar sai jumala ta be kala tonyati jumala ta nyan nakalo alay fengol jindi nan duma pour nyin kammala ko kante nyola nenta sida bi ko dole memo aberia do sida jang ako dole memo am kamam beria mbemo ko da kilinet ko da ko no bi mbemo nakele je be dolo bla bang ay min ko da ko no wallanto dole memo te kela kuti me yalon ka be dalan na ko da nyin kon alquran o jitana bawon tol mo fulol be ngam fanko man dino men alquran o jitana wala alquran o de bentelo no nyola mfala nyin ko da ko no dolobe minna gele fo ate minna ge political party ol fanan katama tenne wala sabu ni pare ka kalabanti ala wato men sa fanyi ko political man ke dinoti bawo yalon nako tamandiri nyabe nyamen dino kan woka daji ko akawol bambandi kamola daji ko deda ni pare daji kan dala wato men na isa fanyi ko political man ke dinoti ngale ni amo momola di mambori ala wallahi ibe ku kala Allah ya yale na banko nyanna kan ke kule al ngan ke kun tol fannin kelto yama yale be jikol be tan kan Gambia dingol la tolul la nafo mu muneti banko ka muneyen tol concern katambi ko be la banko nyinga we only want leadership we don't want to go through the hard way pour ka je ko mon ko kakarang ka experience min sedo we are going to form a lot of deficit ninga banko di fannin kel la wato men take it to the bank. Ali Allah nige. Yeah, Jame came. He couldn't disprove this. Adam Barrow came. That is the worst. How else? Even Nenela Nyadi Lokanek. Even Nenela Nyadi Lokanek. I am not going to be part of Ofan Ninkelu. Menubelo Laka Gambia di local nene. Nte date ke lagi. Babula lagi alfal no kanne. Fanin tu mo me yalongo. Nyelon silo men na imantara wasilo nyinka. Alaji usenu ngalon silo nyin menka bile mu wasilo nyin aya bambandi. Look at what he is doing. He is connecting Gambia to the world. Day before yesterday, he was at the Swedish Parliament on a work visit tour with London Bisa. They're connecting the Gambia to the world. Ali Amira, Alagi Ushenu, the level of connection I mentioned, or international connection, and in partnerships that he is capable of building for the Gambia. Wofong damma wouldn't pay off for our country. Ninga Bankodia. But somebody can argue, every other president, every other person can do that. Now, let's pack that aside. Not our honesty. Alingana honesty. Wala mo daji koti. Kawasa. Now, ni nata daji ko na puru kawasa. Na Gambia banko nyinka. As far as ning ayatara nunko, mbe monu la baro njibe lale, ye doku woke banko la masakunda kono nyadila, animbri botaje, munekete la record, track records, wopala solto. Mbebe bati no dila alaji, ushe numukunda dabola. Mbebe na bajo dila alaji, ushe numukunda dabola. Na funding kill, many doku la masakunda, our ministers, including all the councils, in council all bacon. Ibe kodol tale, many alonko luaman sembodi la puri yakodo nyinta. Ni tada brikama area council, sir for some committee time moment na, yalo wonte otofa. KMC, ni tada ge, wolfanan kita gele, banjuni kita gele, LRR kita gele. Kita bla bela to Gambia ko, and you became the central government fanan. Alaji usheni nyindol belona asekeno dolo kera nyi glado to asekeno imalon kebe kuja wala ke kambali ketale bari yalon mnyama fengo melon sign ibe fam frase la wote nyaadi ngamena meya lon katam bimbela nyanna kalo wala ko mangama ri pusaita fonde ko ko da sambo manke ko kayka banko le samba banko sembo kuliyata banko wala batale ada bay mem fo wolom it's not easy like that day. It's not easy like that. Alaji ushenu Padiemo akata makabo Gambia banko kankata. Padiemo aka murunding akas di. Ndola be funding kill. If you want to lure us into self-destruction, jufa kono fengo nying attending na daki promisa. We can destroy ourselves. Ben fongo lutinyala. Wolto mang alaji usenu batandi. Wala sabungali yako. Candidate Jamal El-Bekering, potential candidate Jamal El-Bekering Gambia Banko Kambot ifatatale. Alaji usenu is the unique person. Yang presidential aspirant sol bekono. He is a unique one. Wala sabu ning adiata momoe. Ise kumafo ama. But kukili wata falama wala munyiti ka jen ketale wallanto ina naka jen ko le soto al record nyin kono falhamdu ni yende kono fale yagel ni ngalla wala sabun kasino le what katu ngalon nako mbe memfasa kan Gambia la kairo lamu andun kuten kono me ya lonko mba fasa kan as my ulterior motive alayi kila Gambia kendoy andun se kurano mutale ngasika bini kurano di jamal la kunu men be diam bini kurano di jamal lay ko ye kumaka mo foye kumaka me yalo ko nyana ke kala wala jamal be falat ni moti ge ni ko maji be ko se bun ki dola sa tan la fa kan dafa wala la fa kan hala ke so dollar consent is very clear. I wrote a letter to Gamfoot mo page ultimate along they deal with sports. The past 2 weeks, or I say 3 weeks to 1 month, they've been talking a lot. They've been doubting UDP policy on youth and sports. Na last program I'm going to write a letter to them. I wrote that letter, and I sent it to them, to their inbox. I also I shared that same letter on UDP TV&MEDIA platform, and I tagged their page on it. I didn't receive any answer as to whether they are ready to book a war, citizenry discussion on it, because we just want to explain to them. Through ikana na youth policy ni membi na fero mesro fo nenkeli dafa ko bondi nyoto baake e jama mantala la ringen na because adama baro e mol ki jogole Adama Barrow la tiñaro aningala mansa kunda tamandi nya jaw ay Gambia dimul ki jobal Alaji Usenu ka be stadium wala kabring Alaji Usenu of wallahi ni funding kelu je funding kelu lanna balia because mun kata Adama Barrow la mansa kunda sambanya nala nyin ka promiso di mol la ka fail ay Gambia bele ko dundu nyoko funding kelu man la nyin ko jita. So I just want to take them through UDP mon policy la soto on UDP mon policy la soto on funding kelu the policy method of funding we just want to take them through. Pribaja loko nise kasha nga nyo faham mbesa lonko banko political party on fair bembulol kono nyari especially when it comes to the United Democratic Party because we have such a lovely manifesto that I think will be able to convince every genuine Gambian voter for you to come and join the UDP and vote for our candidate. The benefit of that is not only going to be but our entire generation will benefit from that decision. That singular decision will benefit the whole generation, upcoming ones. Because by Jalaleko, promises and the plans that we have in that 5-point agenda deliver to the Gambian people. We give the Gambian people what they have been promised for. Deliver, and we make the Gambia a better place for all of us. With Alaji Useno, I think that is very, very possible. I have no single doubt that Alaji Useno will deliver to the Gambian people to the best of his ability. I have no single doubt that Alaji Useno numukunda dabo ate moku burla tinyaro kang alamansa kunda kono hanning ayatra nunko abekala fang wulu dingo lati. We have seen that. He has manifested that I will handle it. I have borrowed them. Well, as I was the only party leader, may yalonko akalo kala mol advice, many yalonke be dok wala masa kunda kono puri ya kata banko la fango ye fatama memman keitadi. It's only Alaji Usenu numukunda nabo Gambia banko kan. So you know nimmolu pareta kunda yala momuke balino ala fo ala alal fawon ñinenka ñimbe membe keri ñindi am mesol men bebe keri mo be kay dem monela laftale Gambia e falling 2026 namara be ndam wala ko di be ko laftale pour banko e falling 2026 saying alingam fawon ñinenka nim tollu lafita banko e falling 2026 a manke kunkiling nafati na manke ñendi ko haraba ñaton kay yakoto fol laftale to nya banko e falling dolbe sularing pour ngake nga sembota nga Adama Barrow bandi yamira abe jarla ñela bang nga fonting kafu ba kono nga talon famoye ngake kilondi molti wallanto betula kafu ba ñin kono le na sembo etu warare bloko ning ayatra nun kon lafta pour ka banko fali tonya wala mun ulterior motive. Ask yourself this simple question. Ni manje ku kolanti pour ya sunte menebe caring primaria long membe caring janne mbafutala 2026 jolko laftale pour nga banko fali and wala mun na natol beti. This is what we all claim. We want a change of government in the Gambia. Atol baka fo men kono waltata democratic process la. Democracy amendment that have been served. Atol fundita. Really, yamira ntol bela friend na pro banko le fali oh we have an ulterior motive. Okay? So this is what I have Purga Samana. Paseni Jalo. You akamunda ni mke bare tu, but they now. That's your opinion. The policy UDP and Mensato for the youths, I wish you can go to UDP website. Maybe that's better before you bin to disgrace yourself. The UDP website, look at our youth section. Take the youth policy, is better, okay? Yeah, long yeah, it ain't more UDP from Balon. Oh, yeah, but that video, moro ya fanyela ko carte kanyela kake president. I'm not so after mbela profile on Gmail. Nita lo more than I will be advertisement okay you know. So Fox ni nebiji fambatan ditige alle albelo rendamento wallahi ala ya lo kila ya. Alla be content na lo ko to kila be content na lo ko yalo mne asabo. Albelo ren katonya le fasa. Mola kankango akana al faling akana faling al bara. Gambia political, this is very normal. Kasi fa una kana si watu menna. Ika kuma kuntango ni manya bele de Gambia political kono because the truth is molu ma faham hansai meye la fa muna me la fijoti muna mu banko bele nafati ani muna mu kumpilin nafati mo jama be ye manyi faham Gambia banko ka hansai waka sabu nen kat kam nen political si da watu men ani $200 odi mola wale 1000 odi ala ning amari hakilo mo wara akala political allegiance ning aka switch from one party to the other. So wakana like fenti. This is normal. But let's also know konna Gambia there is nothing made possible no without UDP. Nina Tamasa Kunda Falimola. Mawati do for but 2026 there is no change of government meya logo is possible without UDP la presence. So, what the matter makayenta? And Alpha Memfo, Mol Binale, many be kafulamma. Political party will binale, many be kafulamma. So we are working on those things. Puru benga na nangala nyoka na banko fale. UDP is going to go to the State House come 2026. UDP, Bidala State House okono alagi usheno. Ning abota alabala in 2026 May lonko akananante. Badunga Sweden try ko I just want ngalon ne aljama be compare ne me kere baba be nyadi Sweden. So I just want nge try nge jibe dafa mo dabanto be fenkaren demanding ke ba rimba try la Sweden ko try ka ba ke janne me fankal abarka ba ke tata hawa thank you abarka I think it's better that most of these people you mokenya kasila wala mtonya ati yes so let me try Sweden najibe fombe sodolale and let them brief us munebe ke kanje okay Sweden called mandrasika come follow. Okay, so problem is sama mo weekend already. I believe sama nsanyem fo ale janem bitala. Ale nga katabake sama nga concentrate. Sama mo weekend already. A yellow weekend for that matter Sweden. So mo kana mo distract. Ni wulinta so manda ni manta do ko wala ila hata jonking ni bela tabiro kala ila tabiro phone junking ila mobile tare bala be la focus etara Sweden. Ning ila fitam control bela fere menna. Mo 90 yeta ye fundi patio kono ning ayata nunko patio la kairo mo walati will financita but he kana more distract wala let's focus on Sweden tomorrow e be fon ni resla ngalla moy alpha kendol be momfala patio dingol be nyaadile na patio la alpha be kuma kan memfala be yamo lo memfala be kuma kan kendo memfala na focus ni nga be shift to Sweden Ghana song yen fundraising team ame alongo Sweden bidakala sama kawota kanna mirol ta kabonda ka so mbaka talale sama prungana nang most likely let's see malo Sweden na fango bidala nyadi la then we will try to see but ala baraka bake alma alay sudo tolia be alama be wala kayro la kila khurmut ala baraka bake assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh